In quiet towns of Japan, children whispered about Kuchisake-onna, the masked woman who followed at night. That she appeared ordinary at first, wearing a white mask over her face, waiting in silence. Her question came softly, "Am I beautiful?" The night seemed to hold its breath. If you answered yes, she removed the mask, revealing a mouth split ear to ear. If you said no, she grew furious, raising her sharp scissors to cut your face. Parents warned their children never to walk alone, for her curse spread across Japan. Some believed she was once a beautiful wife, disfigured by her jealous husband's blade. Others said her curse was punishment from the gods for her vanity and pride. She wandered from village to village, searching for her next victim under the pale moon. Legends claimed you could trick her with vague answers, or distract her with candy. Travelers said her footsteps made no sound, as if she floated over the ground. Only the rustle of her coat. Some swore her scissors were not of this world, rusted, ancient, and glowing faintly as if cursed. The legend spread across schools. Children traded stories in secret, daring each other to walk alone after dark. Sometimes, she appeared in modern streets, blending with crowds by day, waiting for night to fall. It was said if you saw her reflection in glass, you were already marked by her curse. Some priests claimed she was a restless Onru, a vengeful spirit bound by her violent death. At night, alleyways grew longer, darker, and colder, signs she was near. Witnesses described her smile not as flesh and blood, but as something deeper, an endless void of hunger. Those who survived claimed she fed not on flesh, but on fear itself. And still, if you ever hear her question in the dark, answer carefully, for your words may shape your fate. In some regions, people whispered that she once worked as a noble's concubine, punished cruelly for betrayal. Others claimed she was a spirit born from plague years, when masked women wandered streets of despair. Whichever tale was true, her story carried one constant: the mask and the scissors that gleamed in moonlight. When modern Japan built new roads and schools, she followed, haunting both countryside paths and neon city corners. Her voice was said to echo unnaturally, as though two people spoke the same words together. Children dared each other to say the wrong answer, only to vanish without a trace days later. Some said police once tried to chase her, but their reports ended in silence, files closed without explanation. Her tale spread not just through whispers, but through ink appearing in books, comics, and news of urban legends. Even today, her image drifts across internet forums, her question typed in chilling simplicity: "Am I beautiful?" For generations, Kuchisake-onna remained more than a story. She became a mirror of fear, reflecting what people hide inside. Rumors said she could appear at school gates, waiting for children at dismissal, blending with parents. Some believed her mask changed with time, once cloth, then surgical, always hiding her cursed mouth. Witnesses swore she could move faster than human eyes, appearing behind you in the blink of an eye. Children carried candy or coins, hoping offerings would delay her hunger long enough to escape. Some teachers told students to answer with riddles, confusing her long enough to flee. In every telling, her rage was inescapable. If mocked, she would carve your face into a mirror of her own. Some monks claimed her spirit lingered because she was never given proper burial rites. But others believed no ritual could cleanse her, for she was a curse reborn with each fearful whisper. Stories grew so strong that even adults hesitated to walk alone at night, avoiding alleys and mirrors. The question remained eternal. If asked, what answer could save you? Silence itself might be the only escape. Whispers spread fastest among schoolyards, where children repeated her question like a dangerous game. Parents warned their children to come home before dark, but fear often traveled faster than caution. Taxi drivers swore they picked up masked women who vanished before the ride was done. Nurses working night shifts claimed her footsteps echoed through hospital corridors, though no one appeared. Some modern tellings imagined her haunting subways, where masks blended easily with crowds. Her tale was no longer only folklore, it had become an urban myth stitched into daily life. Writers and artists used her as a canvas, painting her both as tragic victim and merciless predator. But for the frightened, she was not art. She was an omen waiting at the edge of every shadow. Some believed she hunted not only bodies, but also secrets, punishing those who hid shame beneath masks. And so, she lingered, half truth, half nightmare, but always waiting for one more answer to her endless question. University students wrote theses on her, treating the legend as a mirror of society's hidden fears. Psychologists saw her as a symbol of beauty standards gone wrong, where appearance meant life or death. Feminists retold her as a victim of patriarchal violence, punished for sins she may never have committed. But horror lovers embraced her raw terror, crafting films, comics, and stories where she thrived as a monster. Every retelling, whether tragic or terrifying, gave her more strength, like oxygen feeding eternal fire. Even skeptics admitted the legend carried power, for fear itself bends reality for those who believed. In classrooms, children dared each other to speak her name, their laughter hiding genuine terror. At night, teenagers filmed alleys on their phones, hoping for proof, yet praying nothing would appear. And when shadows deepened, even the bravest admitted the truth. Her question lingered in every silence. For once she asked, the line between legend and reality blurred, leaving no path untouched by dread. In some regions, children carried red candy, believing sweetness distracted her long enough to flee. Others whispered that throwing rice on the ground forced her to stop and count every grain, told children to answer with vague words, so or average, confusing her endless question. Monks crafted talismans said to ward her off, though few dared test their strength in the streets. Some claimed fox spirits disguised themselves as her, tricking mortals into endless cycles of fear. Folklorists noted how her tale echoed older yokai spirits of vengeance who punished vanity and cruelty. Even skeptics carried unease, admitting stories hold power, for words alone can summon terror. Late at night, families locked doors tightly, whispering prayers that she would pass their home unseen. Some believed ignoring her presence was the only way, silence stronger than any clever answer. Yet her legend thrived because silence rarely held fear itself, ensured her story lived on. Some teenagers laughed at the legend, but their laughter often trembled when alleys grew too quiet. Night guards swore they saw her reflection in windows, though the streets behind them were empty. Folklore experts warned that legends evolve, and Kuchisake-onna adapted with each generation's fear. In some towns, parents kept scissors locked away, fearing they echoed her cursed weapon. Teenagers dared each other to walk alone at midnight, whispering the question to summon her. But many who tried never admitted their true fear, carrying the silence home like a curse. Some claimed dreams carried her too, where she asked her question with endless patience. In these dreams, even silence offered no escape, for waking only returned her to the real world. For legends like hers blur boundaries, turning fear into presence and whispers into footsteps. And so, whether believed or denied, Kuchisake-onna endured, eternal in silence and in scream. Historians noted how urban legends like hers reveal the deepest anxieties of a culture. For Kuchisake-onna, beauty and horror intertwined, showing how fragile masks of society can be. She stood as warning that vanity, betrayal, and cruelty never remain buried, but return as curses. Yet others saw her not as curse, but as mirror of wounds inflicted on women throughout history. Every telling shifted her image, monster, victim, spirit, or shadow, but always unforgettable. On city streets, her name lived like a whisper carried by wind, timeless and unstoppable. The scissors she carried gleamed not only as weapons, but as symbols of truth, cutting through lies. For those who believed, every dark corner became her stage, every silence her question. Folklore gave her immortality, not bound by body, but by the fears she embodied. And so the Slit-Mouthed Woman remained, not a tale of the past, but a question echoing forever. Teachers whispered the story in classrooms, reminding children to respect words and silence alike. Parents told the tale as warning, hoping fear could protect innocence from hidden dangers. Teenagers dared each other in alleys, laughter turning to screams when shadows stretched too long. Night guards patrolling lonely streets sometimes swore they heard her shears clicking in the dark. Writers and artists used her face, half hidden and half revealed, as canvas of fear. Each retelling gave her new shape, yet the core question never changed. Am I beautiful? She would ask, and the listener's heart became her mirror. Answer wrong, and the story said she would claim more than your breath. Answer right, and perhaps you would still feel her presence, forever behind your shoulder. Thus, The tale of Kuchisake-onna endured, an eternal whisper that beauty and terror are one.